I had the opportunity to bring a higher education panel that gave a panel at CS2, and I had a conversation with him after that. I enjoyed it so much. It was so fascinating. And I said, would you be willing to come on to my podcast and do it again, and have that conversation? And they agreed. So that episode is not out yet. It's in my ever-growing editing backlog. However, very fascinating. Had reps on from Notre Dame, University of Arizona, University of Maine, as well as Duke University.
Wow.
And so hearing them talk about all the different challenges that they have from a higher ed standpoint was really fascinating. A few things that struck me was how large, especially some of these universities are.
Oh, yeah.
Many of them have sports teams with stadiums that hold thousands and thousands
like
and thousands
small
of
cities.
people. Yeah. And he said that we're like small municipalities,
Right.
Some of them even have their own police departments.
Exactly.
And fire departments and everything else. So that's fascinating. They have all to hear about how much they have going on. The other aspect is the number of compliance initiatives that they already are accountable to. Being that they have so much involvement, even in the sports, there's compliance requirements for that. There's all kinds of different compliance requirements that I can't recall that he mentioned.
FERPA, COPPA, so many of them.
Yes, so that was fascinating. And it was like, okay, well, this NIST 800-171 thing is just another one to add to the list from their perspective.
Right.
And the other thing that struck me was really, and I think we can probably say this across the board, is their exclusive use of CUI enclaves. Being that they're so large, it never would make sense for them to apply 800-171 across the board. Now, there was an interesting question at CS2 that was asked, and it was basically saying, okay, this certain privacy information is controlled unclassified information. So how are you accounting for that within your corporate systems? And the room kind of went silent. So, who knows what might happen with that. But for now, they're using CUI enclaves across the board because they're so large. The investment to apply 800-171 across the board would likely be pretty cost prohibitive. So very, very interesting.
Absolutely. I'm really excited and anxious for you to release that podcast episode, and I'll be sure to update it in the podcast notes and share it and that's why I'm so excited about really focusing on serving higher ed and research institutions, because they have such unique challenges. And yes, really going to take CMMC professionals that are specializing and have a deep understanding of what their unique challenges are to properly serve them. It's not going to be a one size fits all approach for their CMMC compliance. Absolutely. Now, with them leveraging CUI enclave, some of them I'm sure are also going to have to leverage like GCC High. If you receive value from this episode, I invite you to subscribe and like so that you're the first to know when we release new episodes. Also, check out cmmcproof.com to learn more about the arsenal of resources that we provide to equip you to conquer CMMC. We'll see you next time.